Hello everyone, welcome to Abnormal Investigations. I hope everybody out there is doing fine. As for me, still trying to get over this flu, man, it has been rough. I hope none of y'all are having to go through this. I don't think I really have any announcements for you guys. We are going to be doing a live, I believe it's Monday, on our Wide Open Adventures channel, our outdoor channel. So if y'all would like to come over and join us over there, I'll put the link in the description so you can go subscribe to that channel. That way you'll get notifications. We're going to be doing a lot more lives on that channel. It is growing, really picking up really fast. We're really impressed with it. So I'd like to invite y'all over there. Y'all are family, and we'd like to have our family over there also. That way we can spend more time together. Alright guys, let's jump into this live. We went Bigfoot hunting for fun. We went into the woods. It was me and my husband, and a friend and her husband. We made wood knocks and even made howls. We were doing everything we could do to try to get a reaction like we'd seen on TV. None of us really believed in the creature, but we thought it would be a fun night out. We thought. As we stood there in the darkness, the only sound being the distant hooting of an owl, I couldn't shake off the feeling that we were being watched. We all exchanged a nervous glance, and my friend whispered, "Do you think that's a sign?" As if the owl's sudden hoot was a warning or a message from the unknown. But as we stood there, I remembered watching one of your videos, Mike, actually, where you were talking about owls mean an encounter. And sometimes the owls don't sound just like an owl. There's something off about them. And I noticed there was something off about one of these owls also. So I mentioned it to them, just to see if they noticed. And then the howls hooted again, and then there was the off one, and everybody noticed. Then I knew something strange was going on. We were getting the same thing that you're getting in the field, which I usually knew what was going to happen next, but I prayed that it didn't. Suddenly a branch snapped behind us. We spun around, but there was nothing there. And that is when I saw it. A massive, hairy figure emerged from the darkness, stepped from behind a large tree. Its eyes, they were fixated on us. My husband, he grabbed my hand and we took a step back. The creature didn't move, but it seemed to be watching us with an intense curiosity. I tried to speak, but my voice was frozen in my throat. The creature took a step closer, its massive feet making barely a sound on the forest floor, as if they were cushioned. I closed my eyes, preparing for the worst. But when I opened them again, the creature was gone. I asked everybody, where did it go? They said it stepped back and then stepped sideways behind the large tree. And then we heard it walking off. That's whenever we ran for the vehicle to leave, to get out of that place. We didn't expect to see anything, and we sure didn't want to see what we had just seen. As we pulled into our driveway, relief washed over me. We were safe, or so I thought, but as we stepped inside, a sense of unease settled in all of us. It was a weird feeling, a feeling of dread maybe, I'm not sure. I've never felt it before, but I know we were all uneasy and we were all kind of on edge. At first, it was just a faint howling in the distance that we started to hear. I tried to brush it off as a stray animal, but deep down I knew something more was going on. Something was off. Then, the heavy breathing started. It sounded like something was right outside our walls, inhaling and exhaling with slow, deliberate rhythm. My heart began to race. I thought that I may pass out. I broke out into that cold sweat. I looked around the room, but everything seemed normal. And then that's when we heard the first thud, and all of us about jumped off the couch. It sounded like a massive fist pounding against the side of the house. The noise sent our indoor dog Max into a panic. He cowered in the corner, whimpering and trembling with fear, sniffing the air as if he knew what was out there just by the smell. My husband and I exchanged a terrified glance. What in the hell was happening? Was the creature from the woods somehow? Did it follow us home? Were we experiencing the hitchhiker effect? The pounding started again, and it continued, growing louder and more intense. I felt like we were under siege, with some malevolent force trying to break its way into our home. It sounded like it was mumbling. It sounded like a bunch of old men talking, but you couldn't understand them, but you could hear them mumbling. It was really weird, Mike. And then it started trying to pull our window unit out of the window. The whole wall was moving, and we all screamed. I grabbed my phone, and I called 911. The police arrived, and by the time they got there, it was gone. There were scratches all over the house and the AC unit. The police said they thought it was raccoons, but we knew better. We'd seen something in the woods that defied any explanation that we could ever give anybody that would ever believe us. As the officers took our statements and examined the damage, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched. It was as if the creature was still out there, watching for its next opportunity to strike. And then that's when the weirdest thing happened. The game warden showed up. I asked one of the officers if he was there to help us to get rid of this creature, and he laughed and he said, yeah, he might have some raccoon traps in the back of the truck he could set if you would like him to. And Mike, I swear to you, this is when the weirdest thing happened. He got out of his truck, turned on our water hose, and sprayed the side of our house and the AC unit where the claw marks were at, washing it all down. I asked him why he'd done that, and he said it was to get rid of the smell. One of the coons must have been in heat, and he was washing it off the house to keep from a repeat. But I think he was getting rid of evidence. The police and the warden left, and we were left to pick up the pieces. We boarded up the window and tried to calm Max down, but our nerves were fried. That night, we hardly slept. Every creak in the house, every rustle of the leaves outside made us jump. We knew we had to do something, but we wasn't sure what. The next day, we started researching. We ran to Walmart. We bought security cameras, motion-sensitive lights, and we even reinforced our windows. But even with these precautions in place, we didn't feel safe. But the days have now turned into weeks, and the creature has not returned, and we've had no other encounters. We're praying that he stays gone and that he never returns. Do you think he will stay gone, Mike? And I hope people will learn from this. It just takes one time for these things to follow you home. It's hard to say if it'll come back or not. I mean, yeah, it's been weeks and it hasn't come back, so that's probably a really good sign. But it also knows its way back to your house also, and it's familiar with you. So I would never say 100% it's not going to. I think you've done the right thing by the lights and the trail cams and everything. I would keep those up and keep your boundaries strong for a while. They may not be coming back, but act as if you're expecting them to. And hopefully you don't have to deal with it again. And I hope for people out there that are thinking about investigating these creatures, I hope this will make sense to you also, because sometimes all it takes is that one encounter, and you may bring it home with you and never be able to get rid of it. You may not be as lucky as these people, and you could be like my granny. It could be at your house every night. Thanks for listening, guys. Keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner. And we'll see you on the next one.